of steel in the desert they lie, watching the black banners rise in the sky. Honorable battle brothers, from the shadows they crawl, cold vengeance in sight. Cruel fight warriors ready to fight. Their mission is clear, their strike is precise. A serpent of war born of fire and ice. Honorable battle brothers, fight in the sand, still vipers strike. Lightning fast, death in the dead of the night. Feeling cold command, defenders of freedom across burning land. They slide, they strike, they never fall. The desert's whisper is the battle call. Guns roar and vipers glide, holding the line to the end of time. Honorable battle brothers, locusts thunder with machine gun wrath. Iguans hunt along the crimson path, but hidden in dust where the gylos roll. Still vipers wait, the sand is their home. Honorable battle brothers, laser eyes scanning heat warped air. Tail guns ready with a venomous stare. One strike, one kill, then silence again. Victory written in the bones of the blade. Honorable battle brothers, stand still, vipers strike. Roar through fire with fury and might. Steel serpents of the hill in greed, born to protect his sight bleed. They crawl, they crush, they never fall. Ghosts of the dudes who answer the call. Gunnels charge and vipers ride. The heartbeat of freedom on planet side. Thanks in the sand, still vipers strike. Lightning fast, death in the dead of the night. Lick steel and coiled command. Defenders of freedom across burning land. They slide to breeze. They slide, they crush, they never fall. The desert's whisper is the battle call. Gunnels roar and vipers ride. Together they stand side by side. Brothers roar and vipers glide, holding the line to the end of time. Honorable battle brothers, thunder with machine gun wrath. Iguans hunt along the crimson path, but hidden in dust where the gylos roam. Stealth vipers wait, the sand is their home. Honorable battle brothers, Custer eyes scanning heat warped air. Tail guns ready with a venomous stare. One strike, one kill, then silence again. Victory written in the bones of the blade. Honorable battle brothers, scanning heat warped air. Tail guns ready with a venomous stare. One strike, one kill, then silence.
Years of fire crack the moon. Planet season burns, a storm returns. This is the second war.
From the ruins of Zaneba's cries to the wastelands under shattered skies, a kingdom fell, a moon was torn. Now Gylo strikes with blades reborn. Shadow fell tracks and crimson dust. Mold the drill, Iguans thrust. Marching steel and conquest screams. They ride the rust of broken dreams. Acapella to back into the flames. The sky is burning with forgotten names. Until it's unleashed, mechanized warlust. Gordos grows and red hearts crush. No surrender, no retreat. The Republic roars from every street. This is the second strike, Planet Z ignites. Iron calms, the Titan stands, smashing hopes with burning hands. While from the clouds with vengeance raw, Salamander spreads the law. Down with fury, thunder, wing. The terrors rise, the air they sing. Godulous walk, the ground does scream. The final war of mental dreams.
Coat and ash from the first war still linger, but peace was a wound, never a cure.
They said the path would not return, but ceased to bleed and empires burn. The moon's a grave, but we still fight. We'll never fade into that night. The planet's a strike of glory and steel. We fight with hearts that gears can't feel. The goddess, the go-to-us, all stand tall. We rise, brother, we burn, we answer the call. This is the second strike. The skies explode with Zoid war might. And flame, every cockpit knows the name of freedom's roar and empire's pain. The war begins again, again. This war's our legacy, brother, our rage. The future's written in rockets and roars. To empires crash in thunder wars. This is the second strike, and planet T will never be the same.
Zoids never die, they just reload. Outcome for the no return.
No peace was won, the coffin of no return. Up from the clouds with vengeance raw, salamander spreads the law. Talon fury thundering, the terrorists rise, the air they sing. Our Jews walk, the ground does scream, the final war of metal dreams.